there, Stampers. This is April's Stamp Club technique, and I wanted to get to filming a little video for this one. Not everything is going to be in the video. You're going to need the photo, and you'll understand what I mean in a second. And you're going to have to do a lot of measuring on your own. But I did want to do a video just to show all of the cards, just in case I don't get to post all of the pictures on the blog post. So between the YouTube channel and the blog, stampwithshalyn.blogspot.ca, you should be able to see everything. And what we did for this month's club was a one-sheet wonder. I love these, and I think in other videos that I've been posting, I've been mentioning that I'm going back to stuff that I used to do. This was one of the first techniques I ever learned with Stampin' Up, and I absolutely loved it, and then I just left it, and no one ever knows why. You get bored of them, I guess, and then you rediscover them and you go back and you have tons of fun, and that's exactly what happened. So I wanted to show the ladies at Club. Some of them have been with me for a while and some of them are new, but I wanted to show them this technique because it's awesome. When you look at those lovely packs of DSP in the catalog, and now we know they're all retiring, sad to see them go, but when we'll be looking for new ones too, because the new patterns I'm sure are going to be delightful. But when you do look at these packs of DSP, and they're $13.50 each, and you're thinking, okay, how much paper do I get, and what am I going to be able to get with each of them, and you realize when you've got a one-sheet wonder that you get tons out of these packs, absolutely tons of projects. It's amazing because you actually get the 12 sheets, the 2 of each double-sided pattern, which is awesome. And the one that I used at Club was Flower Pot, which is a pretty one. I'm not usually a flower person, but I liked some of the stripe and polka dot patterns that went with it as well. So that's what we used, and then all the cardstock that coordinated. So when I gave each lady a piece of DSP, I made sure they had some cardstock to coordinate, and then I brought all the colors so that they could mix and match when they were doing their cards. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. Actually, a lot of the samples that I'm going to show you today I did with Maritime as well, because I wanted to use this one for Stamp Club. So my samples are all done with the Maritime DSP and colors, which are really pretty too, but you'll see what I mean. Okie dokie. So we've got a 12 by 12 sheet, and what I'm going to do is there's going to be a photo of this on the blog, and I'll see if I can insert it in a video. I've never done that before. I might learn something new. We'll see how it goes. But if you can't see it on the video, then head on over to the blog so that you can see all the measurements that you'll need, because this is what I did. So I have a 5 by 2 piece, a 5 by 2.5, 2.375, 3 times 1.5, you get 3 of those, and then a 5.375, etc., etc., etc. So you've got some small square pieces, some rectangular pieces, one piece that looks like just the backing of a card, a standard card front size. So you've got all kinds of stuff to work with. And another piece of the flower pot I've already cut up. So this is everything that you get. It's amazing when you look at all of these pieces to think of all the doodads that you get to play with. To use one piece on the front of a card, or to combine 3 or 4 pieces, like the 4 squares, and then do a pattern on the front of the card with the 4 little squares that you get. You get a ton of different pieces, and the ladies were measuring out and they were cutting, and I think they were thinking the same thing too, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe how much is coming out of this one piece of paper. So you get all kinds of patterns and pieces that you can play with. And some of these, if you don't like them, cut them in half. Yeah, like if you don't like the rectangles, cut them on a diagonal, use them as triangles and make a different pattern with them. Tons of stuff you're going to get out of this one sheet wonder. And like I said, there's going to be a picture of this on the blog so that you'll be able to see all of the measurements and then go accordingly. What I did was I kind of took it in pieces, and so did the ladies at Club actually, when I was getting them to do all the measuring, because I wanted them to actually do it, not just for me to hand them the sheet and have them cut it. We started with this piece up here and measured all of that out because we knew everything was by 5. And then we did this section down here, and we broke this one into this section, and this section, made it a little easier to measure out. This one I did in pen, so you can see. I would highly recommend doing it in pencil so that you can erase all your lines once you do all your cuts. So definitely make sure you've got a nice pencil that you can erase very easily so you won't end up with marks everywhere. And these are the samples that I brought. Now, you can actually get, if you used every piece, you'd get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24 card fronts if you used one piece on every card. That's pretty darn cool. I believe I got 12 or 14, but I paired some of my pieces up. So this is one of them here. Let me get this out of the way so that that pattern's not distracting. It's using the Yippee Skippy. I love that stamp set. So there's one. Yep, you can still see that one. 2. I used a lot of this one, the just laughing or just kidding, I think it is. Love this one. And what I did was I put, even though it's just a card front that I showed the ladies, I put the other side of the quote on here. So we'll be friends until we're old and senile. Then we'll be new friends. I love this set. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's one of the times I paired everything up. 7, love that stamp. 8, can you see all these? Yeah. 9, there's another one where I paired some of the pieces up. 10, 11, 12, and 13. I got 13 card fronts. And this is one of the ones that I took to the 2x3 right here, the 2x3 rectangles, and I cut on a diagonal, so I had 4 pieces. And then I made it a little frame around. And see, this is using the Maritime, so we have the Night of Navy, the Real Red, the Coastal Cabana, and I think that's it. And then I used the Whisper White. So I used all the coordinating inks, all of the coordinating ink pads, markers, and cardstock. So this one I layered with a bit of the Coastal Cabana. Used the white on this one. Used some of the Coastal Cabana in here, the Night of Navy, to make a banner. So you can use some of the added bits, but it's amazing what you can get out of one sheet of DSP. And this is with pairing some of them up. So you could separate these and get another card front out of it. It just goes on and on. Really, really awesome. So if I can't get the picture in the video, head on over to the blog, stampwithshalyn.blogspot.ca. Look for the post. I'll link it in the comments or in the little comment that I put under the video. And then you'll be able to see all the pictures of each of the cards, and then the picture of the DSP, so that you can get all the measurements. And go ahead and Pinterest this, because there's tons of other measurements for the one sheet wonders. So you don't want to get stuck on being bored with just the one measurement. There's other ones that you can use out there as well. Finicky to get your measurements in, but once you've got a piece cut, you have tons of material to work with to make wonderful, beautiful cards. Hope you liked the video. Hope you liked all the examples. Head on over, check out the blog post, and happy stamping.